Hi, my name is Joshua McLean and I'm an Honors College student here at Mason. In this video, we're going to talk about your Honors College research video and how you can create a high-quality video recording for that presentation. It might seem overwhelming right now, however, there's only 4 main things you need to keep in mind when you're setting up and shooting your video. The first thing is to make sure that you're shooting in 1080p quality. When you look in your phone or webcam settings, you're very likely going to see an option that says 1080p along with a bunch of other numbers for different types of quality settings. Most phones are automatically set to shoot in 1080p. Basically, you want to shoot in 1080p because it is the default quality setting that most videos you see on the internet, that most videos you watch on your phone are. The second thing to keep in mind is making sure that you film in a room with good lighting. Basically, we want to make sure that you are as well lit as possible on camera. Now, we understand that not every room that you may be able to film in is going to be well lit, but you can make yourself somewhat well lit with just the overhead light on in your room and potentially another light next to you. If needed, move lights around in the room in which you are filming so that you can light up your face a little bit more. When in doubt, always use daylight. Having daylight coming through a window on your face looks really good on camera, but obviously that's not always an option for everyone. And also, don't film in a room that's too dark or too bright. As you can see right now, I am currently underexposed, which means I'm mostly in shadow. And now you can see that I am overexposed. You want to make sure you look like I do now. You want the lighting to look relatively even within the scene. The third thing to keep in mind is making sure that you frame your image appropriately. This involves first, making sure that the camera is eye level with you. We want to make sure that you are able to look at the camera when you are speaking. Also, just make sure that your background looks good. If you're using an application like Zoom to record your video, don't use the fake backgrounds that they offer. They usually shift a lot when you're speaking and they don't look very good. So when you're recording your video, try to put something in the background, whether it be a plant or a dresser with some pictures on it, something behind you that makes the background pop. Just looking at a blank white wall behind you is not as engaging or as fun to look at as a background with a plant, a dresser, a mirror, something. And you also want to make sure that you film landscape. This is not an Instagram video. This is not a TikTok. You want to make sure that this video looks like a normal YouTube video would or a movie. The video needs to be horizontal because that is the format that will look best for the research exhibition. And then the final thing to keep in mind when you're recording your video is to make sure that you look at the camera. It might be tempting to use notes during your presentation, but we discourage using notes. Try as best as you can to have as much of your presentation memorized or be as familiar as you can with your presentation material. Being familiar with your presentation material is key because it will allow you to look at the camera without having to glance down at notes. Use them as a prompter to help you along if you need them, but don't read off of them in your presentation and don't look at them and read off of them. Stay engaged with the audience by looking at the camera lens the entirety of the video if possible. Those are the 4 things you have to keep in mind when you're making your Honors College research video.